This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Peter Dubois.
And I'm Beth Jones. First tonight, a month-long investigation by Maine DEA led to the arrest of a Fairfield man today.
MDEA says 35-year-old Justin LaCroix of Fairfield was arrested following the execution of a search warrant at a home on Hardwood Lane in Fairfield Thursday morning. Agents located approximately 280 grams of fentanyl and 225 grams of cocaine, along with $43,000 in suspected drug proceeds. Multiple vehicles outside the residence were also seized. The suspected street value of the drugs is approximately $65,000. LaCroix was transported to the Somerset County Jail and will be charged with aggravated trafficking in scheduled drugs.
The Maine Legislature's Government Oversight Committee has voted to obtain a subpoena that will force the state's Child Welfare Agency to turn over documents related to the deaths of 4 children last year. The Maine Department of Health and Human Services denied a previous request by lawmakers. DHHS said it has no concerns about providing the material to the Office Program Evaluation and Government Accountability, which reports to the committee. A DHHS spokesperson says the agency will share the requested documents with OPEGA as soon as possible.
Paul LePage's daughter has released a video statement pushing back against an advertisement suggesting LePage could seek to change abortion laws in Maine. In the video, Lauren LePage said her father has never opposed abortion in the circumstances of rape, incest, or when the life of the mother is in question. She said he never sought to change the laws during his 8 years serving as Maine's governor.
I've seen the ads, and frankly, they're ridiculous. My dad, Governor Paul LePage, would never endanger the health and safety of Maine women just like me.
We reached out to the Mills campaign for a response, but they declined to comment. We also reached out to the Democratic Governors Association, which paid for the ad. Their senior campaign communications advisor, Christina Amistoy, released a statement saying in part, quote, "For 8 years as governor, Paul LePage was one of the most prominent voices in Maine's anti-choice movement, and nothing has changed this go-around." LePage has publicized his belief that abortion should be restricted in Maine and refuses to rule out signing legislation that erodes women's reproductive freedoms if bills cross his desk, end quote.
Well, as many as 18 million Americans can't afford their medications. That is according to a new nationwide poll. The Maine People's Alliance legislators and policy experts held a panel discussion today to look at the problem and what's being done about it. Maine Representative Richard Evans says the price of prescription drugs in Maine increased by 12.3% between July 2020 and June 2021.
That forces people to have to make decisions regarding whether or not they're going to get their prescriptions or whether they're going to buy groceries or pay for their heating oil.
Senator Edward Claxton says some progress was made in the last year. Among the changes are new laws that allow pharmacists to fill emergency supplies of medications. He says a bill was also passed that requires all FDA-approved methods of contraception to be covered by insurance.
I think that's been a win for folks who are trying to manage family size and juggle jobs, plural, and get by.
The Maine People's Alliance is kicking off a new campaign called Make Meds Affordable to continue making changes.
The Maine Department of Health and Human Services is issuing $11 million to support services for adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities. The money is coming from the American Rescue Plan. A statement says it will go to providers of home and community-based services to help people living with disabilities remain in their communities. DHHS Commissioner Jean Lambrou says in part, quote, "This latest round of funding is also in recognition of the valuable work of direct support workers who provide compassionate and high-quality care that enriches lives and homes and communities throughout Maine," end quote.
Well, work on rebuilding the wastewater treatment facility in Searsport could begin before the end of the year. Town manager James Gilway says they have been working for about 4 years to come up with a plan and secure funding for the project. He says they will repurpose the current structure and put in state-of-the-art technology.
The plant itself is 36 years old, and has never had any major reconstruction done in it. So we knew we were coming to a real desperate point. Things were breaking, literally rusting out, and we were overdue to have a rebuild. And the rules for clean water have tightened.
The wastewater treatment plant sits on the banks of Penobscot Bay. Gilway says it's important to protect that bay, and he says the new technology is far superior when it comes to protecting the environment. And speaking of the environment, anybody who was hoping for a good soaking rain certainly got one today, and then some. Very windy as well.
I know we were expecting some storms, right? And we got a lot of rain, though, and that wind that you talked about, I know you showed me the picture of the big branch that fell right next to your car.
Right next to my car, very sizable tree branch came down. It was a very close call for sure.
I think there will be some cleanup across our area after this one.
Yeah, indeed. And with a little bit more on that, let's turn things over and take a first look at our forecast.
Happy Thursday, and thank you so much, Beth and Peter. Our first weather today is brought to you by Saliba's Rug Cleaners, Maine's largest rug cleaning destination for over 70 years. So today, not a nice day. I know today's the first day of fall, and look what Mother Nature brought with it. Lots of rain showers all across the state, some heavier rain showers throughout the Bangor area. That will be continuing the next couple of hours and then into the early overnight hours tonight. So enjoy it because it will continue. Temperatures in the 50s and 60s today as highs. Only 65 degrees as a high temperature today in Bangor, 64 in Bar Harbor, so slightly below our average that is supposed to be in the upper 60s, and temperatures will continue to stay below average into the weekend, and same thing into the beginning of next week. Lots of 50s and 60s that will be sticking around with us, so bring out those sweaters and get ready. Fall has arrived with temperatures that will continue to cool off tonight into the 40s. Beth and Peter?
Alrighty, get your hoodies ready.
That's right. Really quite the weather day to kick off the fall season.
Very much so.
We'll take it. Well, coming up next on ABC 7 News at 6, members of the Lancaster Avenue neighborhood are upset with recent building developments.
And the town of Searsport is working on a plan to revitalize its downtown. We'll have those stories and much more as ABC 7 News at 6 continues.
When it looks the part, but isn't the real thing, that's fool's golden. Jared Golden promised he'd be an independent fighter against Biden's spending, but then cast a deciding vote for Biden's newest spending bill that experts say will hike taxes $1 billion on those making under $50,000. Golden may think we're fools, but his recent vote shows Mainers what he's really made of. Congressional Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
However you spend your day, spend it in style. At Label Shopper, you'll find designer brands for 30 to 70% less than department stores. With prices this low, you can grab all your favorite styles.
Label Shopper, great clothes, great prices.
In this market, you'll find Fisher Investments is different than other money managers.
Different how? Aren't we all just looking for the hottest stocks?
Nope. We use diversified strategies to position our clients' portfolios for their long-term goals.
But you still sell investments that generate high commissions for you, right?
No, we don't sell commission products. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in our clients' best interest.
So when do you make more money? Only when your clients make more money?
Yep. We do better when our clients do better. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
Looking to improve or upgrade your home or place of business? With at-home furniture, appliance, and bedding, and kitchen and bath and flooring, we offer a great selection to do just that. From homeowners to commercial businesses and everything in between, our friendly professionals with more than 50 years of combined experience pride themselves in going above and beyond to work with you every step of the way. And we even offer a full-service appliance repair department. Come and visit us at our Dover Foxcroft or our New Lincoln location. Stop in either location today and see what we can do to make you feel at home.
Skudik & Bloom, a full-service, custom-designed florist, Main Street in Winter Harbor.
We can deliver one-of-a-kind, full-color flower arrangements
by custom floral designer me, Pam.
Delivering to Ellsworth and surrounding areas for any occasion.
Please visit SkudikandBloom.com or call 844-SKUDIK.
Mainers work hard, but Joe Biden's inflation is making life miserable. Heating oil costs are crushing Maine families. I'm Bruce Poliquin, and for too many, this means choosing between gas, groceries, or freezing. Biden and all Democrats created this mess, and they're making it worse. Congress needs more Maine common sense, not more spending on those who won't work or more taxes on those who do. I'm Bruce Poliquin, and I approve this message because Maine needs a congressman who will stand up to Biden and help Maine families.
If you've been injured in an accident, tell them you mean business.
Welcome back. Maine Democrats held a press conference at Orono Brewing Company with several Maine businesses who say they suffered under Paul LePage. Among the speakers were Maine Democratic Party Vice Chair Bev Eulenhock, Representative Joe Perry, Penobscot Bay Weddings owner Emerald Forcier, and owner of Mert Enterprises, Mary Rush. The speakers talked about their businesses and how they say former Governor LePage negatively impacted their daily lives. In contrast, they highlighted how they say Governor Mills' policies have supported the local businesses. Representative Perry says he sees the Mills administration doing what's best for the state.
The Democrats have a great platform, a great story to run on. This a success. The Mills administration has been a great success. We've got 2 balanced budgets. The economy's great. There's almost $1 billion in the rainy day fund. We're at full employment. There's $3.5 billion in the checkbook for the state of Maine. I mean, you couldn't ask for much more success than that.
In response, Republican State Senator Stacey Guerin from Senate District 10 responded on behalf of her party, saying Maine Republicans have long been known as the party that supports small business. She blamed Democrats for statewide staffing shortages.
The Democrats have made it possible for people to stay home, be on a number of different kinds of assistance, and not look for a job. The unemployment statistics look low, but they really aren't, because they don't include the people who are not looking for a job. Every small business in Maine, or nearly every, is looking for employees.
Meanwhile, members of the Lancaster Avenue neighborhood are upset with the recent progress made. Matthew Juronsik explains.
Developers of the subdivision at Lancaster Avenue and Essex Street were given the green light by the city of Bangor on its project.
We actually, after 4 meetings with the planning board, were approved on Tuesday night.
Consisting of 30 duplexes, the property would house more than 60 residents near the intersection of Lancaster Avenue and Essex Street. However, some residents are concerned the problems it will bring.
With 180 people coming back and forth 2 times a day or more, it's just going to increase dramatically the number of people going in, the speed, influencing the safety of the pedestrians and people who like to walk back and forth on this road.
This site was looked at for development back in 2006, but ended with permits expiring. Emily Ellis, the developer who owns the property, says the location is a prime spot.
I thought, yeah, this is 12 acres. It's in a great spot. It's next to trails, the doggy park, close to I-95, the airport. I mean, it's a nice big 12-acre parcel smack dab in the middle of Bangor.
Ellis told us that the city of Bangor approved her permits, but is waiting on the Department of Environmental Protection to also approve the permits. Once built, each unit would cost about $250,000. Even with everything in motion, neighborhood resident Travis Duty is uneasy about this decision.
You know, we have a lot at stake. We're longtime residents. Myself, I've lived here for 32 years in this neighborhood. And we don't feel that our feelings are being heard out by the planning board or the developers.
Ellis says she plans to be a good neighbor.
I understand that it's change. I would say, love thy neighbor as thyself.
Matthew Juronsik, ABC7 and Fox 22.
Meanwhile, the town of Searsport is working on a plan to rebuild its downtown. Town manager James Gilway says the downtown has a number of problems, including challenges for ADA compliance and traffic flow. He says the project was put out to bid earlier this year, but nobody bid on it. Now they're easing some of the restrictions for doing the work. Gilway says they'll be putting it back out to bid soon, and he hopes construction can begin in the spring.
It's going to be painful to go through, but on the other end of this process, we're going to have a completely different looking town, and it's going to be beautiful.
Gilway says he hopes to get the majority of the construction done in the shoulder season so downtown businesses won't be impacted during the summer.
Well, Hampden Academy's principal is sleeping in the school's press box to help raise money for a school trip. It's the second year Principal Bill Tracy has agreed to take part in the Free the Principal event, which kicked off Wednesday night. The goal is to raise $2,200 to help send members of the school's music department on a trip to New York City. Principal Tracy says he'll continue to sleep in the press box until the money is raised.
Goal is hopefully in 2 nights, because I will be headed back down to work each day, but 2 nights would be all right. Third night might stretch it a little bit, but I'm willing to stay as long as it takes.
Alrighty, well, during the long weekend in New York City, students in the music department will have the opportunity to perform and attend shows. Principal Tracy says it's important to provide students with cultural experiences like this.
I'm a firm believer in pathways for students, and if there's something that they really want, and that could be music for many of our students, I want them to be able to see all aspects of it and be able to jump in with both feet.
Well, if you'd like to help free the principal, you can drop off donations at the Hampden Academy front office. You can also donate via Venmo by searching Hampden Academy Music Association. So free the principal.
Absolutely, and great on him for being a good sport and doing that. I was actually up in there talking to him about it, and it is very, very small. I mean, like
a little bit of a cramped space there.
A little bit, yeah. So props to him for doing that.
Props to him,
and
indeed.
Hope they can raise the money quickly.
All right, well, still to come on ABC 7 News at 6, the Bucksport Center for Seniors hosts an appreciation party for their volunteers.
And in sports, the Celtics could be without their head coach Ime Udoka this season. Tyler Cruz will be in with all the recent details after the break.
At Home Kitchen, Bath, and Flooring in Dover Foxcroft are proud members of the Flooring Network here in Maine. We have our flooring installers on staff ready for you and your custom flooring project. With over 50 years of combined experience, we'll work with you from start to finish, including demo and cleanup. Backed by the Flooring Network's state-of-the-art warehouses, we have a massive inventory to provide you with the best value and fit any flooring budget you may have. So stop in, meet our flooring experts, and see what we can do to make you feel at home.
Al, did you make that call?
Honey, we already have Medicare. Why do I need to call?
Alan, the Feldman said we may be able to get additional benefits with a Medicare Advantage plan right here in our zip code with $0 monthly premiums.
Honey, what do you mean additional benefits? We turned 65, we got Medicare. That's all there is to it, right?
I'm talking about Medicare Part C, commonly called Medicare Advantage. We have traditional Medicare, which is only Medicare Parts A and B, but not Part C.
Wait. So not everyone on Medicare is a Part C plan?
No, that's why we need to call, because there may be plans available with additional benefits that aren't covered under Medicare Parts A and B. We don't have a Medicare Part C plan which covers everything in Part A and Part B plus extra benefits in Medicare Part C.
What kind of extra benefits?
There are great plans that may be available with extra benefits like dental, vision, and hearing.
Did you say dental?
Yes, dental. Medicare Part C plans could include dental benefits that help cover routine dental exams and teeth cleanings, plus dental x-rays, fillings, gum disease treatment, and dentures.
We need that. I'm calling.
If you don't have a Medicare Part C plan, call now, because there may be plans with additional benefits available that are simply not covered under Medicare Parts A and B, like routine dental coverage. If you're on Medicare, you can call even if you called last year. We will check to see if there is a Part C plan available in your area with additional benefits. You don't get a plan with additional benefits automatically. If you're losing coverage, moving, or new to Medicare, call to speak with a licensed insurance agent. Remember, you don't get Medicare Part C benefits automatically. Call now for your free 2022 no-obligation Medicare benefits review. Call 800-413-8094. 800-413-8094.
Tonight's Sports is brought to you by Engstrom's Auto Service in Guilford. We specialize in all foreign and domestic service and alignments.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Hope you're all staying dry. We will open it up with the big news coming out of Boston starting last night, with more information coming in all day today. The Celtics could be without Ime Udoka for the upcoming season at least. Per Adrian Wojnarowski of ESPN, Udoka is likely facing a suspension from the Celtics, not the league, for the entire season for his role in a consensual relationship with a female staff member. That is all we know for sure. There have been a lot of speculation about other details. We also know for sure that replacing him as an interim head coach will be assistant Joe Mazzulla, the Rhode Island native. Neither Ime nor the Celtics have commented, and we will keep you updated as more information is available. Tough news for Seas fans. There are conflicting reports, too. Sports Illustrated says there's a possibility he resigns. Other sources say that he is not going anywhere. Udoka, in just his first year in Boston, led them to the NBA Finals for the first time since the Big 3 days. So hopefully we get some kind of closure to this story soon. Let's move on now and go to the ice. Maine men's hockey did not have the best 2021, but they've all been on the ice for months since summer, and they are ready to flip the switch this season.
We're not the old Maine hockey, we're the new Maine hockey, right?
Year 2 of the Ben Barr era in Orono is underway, with the Black Bears gearing up to open the season in just over a week.
We're just fired up, actually. Like, everybody's on the same page pretty much. We're just tweaking things now.
Coach Barr and his staff have only been on the ice with the team since the start of school, but that hasn't been the same for the players.
We've already clicked. We're already feeling comfortable together. It feels like, we've already through about Christmas time, halfway through the year already. We haven't even started yet. So we're fortunate for that. We've been out here working out, skating 5 days a week, 6 days a week since July. And, I don't know if a whole lot of other teams are doing that.
That's all voluntary stuff, right? We can't mandate that they come back. I've never been in a program where every player came back in the summer. And we had every player here.
And with only 12 returning guys, that summer session was key in getting everyone going and giving them a good chance come puck drop in October.
We should have 3 weeks together, but since everybody's been here since July, it feels so different. Everybody knows each other. Everybody's excited to be around each other. So the team's in a good space, I think, and we're excited to see what's going to happen in Colorado.
I think we're starting off on a better foot than we did last year. We put the time in this summer to give ourselves a chance to compete when that puck drops on, in Denver in a couple of weeks.
With a big chunk of new guys all giving up their summers for the program, it shows not only coach, but the returners too, that the buy-in is definitely there this season.
For the most part, we just have everyone buying in. It's a little different, right? It's like when you have every guy buying in, from not only the players, the coaching staff, to video guys, our trainers, we all hold each other to the same standard, and when you have that going, it's a pretty cool environment.
And while they have the right group donning the blue and white, they all know it's going to take a lot of work to turn this ship around.
It's not going to happen overnight. We're not going to, come October, be ranked number 1 in the nation at that point, right? But I think our players understand that and understand the processes this is going to take to turn this program around.
Should be an exciting season this year. Let's move on to some baseball. The Sea Dogs and the Somerset Patriots will meet in Game 2 of the divisional finals tonight down in New Jersey, and first pitch is just minutes away. 6:35 it's slated for. After losing Game 1 Tuesday night, the Dogs need a win to keep their magical season alive. The Sea Dogs will have Thad Ward on the hill against Clayton Better, and a Sea Dogs win will force a winner-take-all Game 3 tomorrow night in New Jersey. Keep in mind, though, despite the tough loss on Tuesday night, Portland has still won 9 out of their last 12, including 4 last week at Somerset.
I think the pressure's in their dugout, honestly. They clinched the first half. They had a strong season all the way through, and we're just, playing for fun. We're having fun, and we turned it into something. They had the opportunity to shut us out and not let us get into the playoffs, which would have been huge for them because we're so hot going into this. I think it's an advantage for us, honestly.
Our first pitch at 6:35. We will have those updates later. That is all the time we have for sports. Here's Conrad Sapinski with your full 5-day forecast.
All right. Thank you so much, Dave. And today is the first official day of fall. Not nice weather outside. We do have some rain showers right now. Lots of cloud cover in the area. A couple of stronger rain showers indicated here in the yellow, even some rumbles of thunder. So this is a bigger low pressure system, has lots of moisture associated with it, stretching all the way from Canada down the eastern coast to New York City to Philly. Everybody is in on that rain. So today, fall is welcoming us in. But look what happens by tomorrow. We're finally going to be in the clear. Just a few passing clouds, and then this indicates Hurricane Fiona. A couple of rain bands will be moving in by the overnight hours Friday into Saturday, especially closer to the coast. So we'll definitely have to keep an eye on that. Rainfall totals not looking bad by Bangor. Anywhere close to 1/4 inch of rain, maybe 1/2 inch just to the north, but take a look just offshore. These colors right here, the purple, the red, the orange, those indicate several inches of rain, close to 6 inches of rain even. That's going to be associated with this low pressure system right now. And then on top of that, Hurricane Fiona will be moving up, and that will bring lots of rain with it, and same thing with those winds. The winds will be a bit on the gusty end, especially Saturday night. Right now, Hurricane Fiona Category 4, major hurricane, 130 mile per hour winds. It will continue to work its way up like this, so still a major hurricane right over here with those warmer waters that we have for this time of year. Then it becomes post-tropical, but it will still have lots of negative effects, lots of strong wind speeds, heavy rains, and definitely some bigger waves and some rip currents closer to the coast. So definitely keep an eye the next several days all across the weekend. Or maybe if you have any plans by the coast, I would definitely cancel those because waters are a bit warmer than they're supposed to be at this time of year. Waters are in the 70s here, 60s closer to Maine, and then waters are in the 70s, really high up. So that is the fuel for the hurricane that is needed to continue to make it really on the stronger end. Winds right now, not a big issue. All across the state, not much wind to talk about, but now the winds will pick up by Saturday. Once Hurricane Fiona really comes by, it will be well offshore, but it's still such a massive hurricane that it will bring lots of gusty winds, close to 40 miles an hour in the area, and just offshore, wind gusts will come close to 50 miles per hour. So we do have some high wind watches in effect until 8 p.m. on Saturday, and some gale warnings in effect until 5 p.m. on Saturday. So a whole bunch of warnings and advisories and watches in the area, but our extended forecast outlook does show really windy conditions on Saturday under a partly cloudy sky. Then winds start to taper off, really decrease as Hurricane Fiona becomes a post-tropical system and moves out of the region on Sunday. Monday, more chances of showers. That continues into Tuesday with temperatures a bit warmer in the 60s. Beth and Peter?
Looking like a little more rain coming our way next week as well.
We'll be keeping an eye on that.
All right, well, there's still more to come after the break. Stay with us.
I was just telling these guys about Jared Golden. He's a Marine who puts country ahead of politics. And then there's Bruce Poliquin. He's a multi-millionaire Wall Street banker who went to Washington, took all that money from the insurance industry, and voted to let them increase premiums. Worse, Poliquin said he wants to raise the retirement age. He's for them, not us. House Majority PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Here's your chance to win a VIP trip to Times Square and $1 million live on national television. Enter Maine Lottery's first Millionaire of the Year promotion today, and you and a guest could win an exciting trip to New York City and appear on Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve. Don't miss your chance to become the next Powerball First Millionaire of the Year. The countdown is on. There's a million reasons to play. So get your Powerball ticket and enter for a chance to win.
If you have advanced non-small cell lung cancer, your first treatment could be a chemo-free combination of 2 immunotherapies that works differently. It could mean a chance to live longer. Opdivo plus Yervoy is for adults newly diagnosed with non-small cell lung cancer that is spread, tests positive for PD-L1, and does not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene. Together, Opdivo plus Yervoy helps your immune system launch a response that fights cancer in 2 different ways. Opdivo plus Yervoy equals a chance for more time together, more family time, more time to remember. Opdivo and Yervoy can cause your immune system to harm healthy parts of your body during and after treatment. These problems can be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have a cough, chest pain, shortness of breath, irregular heartbeat, diarrhea, constipation, severe stomach pain, nausea or vomiting, dizziness, fainting, eye problems, extreme tiredness, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, rash, itching, confusion, memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, joint pain, flushing or fever. These are not all the possible side effects. Problems can occur together and more often when Opdivo is used with Yervoy. Tell your doctor about all medical conditions, including immune or nervous system problems, if you've had or plan to have an organ or stem cell transplant or received chest radiation. Here's to a chance to live longer. Ask your doctor about the combination of 2 immunotherapies, Opdivo plus Yervoy. Thank you to all those in our clinical trials.
Tonight, Hurricane Fiona, where it's headed as new tropical threats take shape. Plus, New York's lawsuit and allegations against former President Trump. More Americans turn to World News tonight with David Muir, the most watched newscast on all of television.
Finally, tonight, the Bucksport Area Senior Center hosted a volunteer appreciation party to celebrate their hardworking volunteers. According to the Senior Center's director, William Foster, volunteers served and delivered 8,635 meals, while also providing activities and programs for seniors in the Bucksport area. Town Manager Susan Lassard stopped by to share her and the Bucksport Town Council's thanks, bringing gifts and some door prizes. Lassard also took a moment to read the letter of appreciation sent to the volunteers from Governor Janet Mills, thanking them for their actions that help increase the health, well-being, and quality of life for older adults.
It was really great to get that recognition, especially cool from to get the nod from the governor as well, and it's such important work.
Yeah, it's so important to remember Maine seniors and to honor them. All right, folks, good night.
Good night, everyone.